Then you'd have your dinner. I used to walk to Tottington Road in Bury and have chips and gravy for my dinner.
Oh, yeah.
You get home, if you tea at 4:30,
Yeah,
5 o'clock.
Pretty much straight away.
But then you'd have a chippy at night. I'd have a chippy at night, Golden Moon.
So we're here, Rabbit in the Moon.
Yes.
Last time I was in here, I'll tell you, about 2003. It was called, what was it? It was called Lamont.
Lamont.
Did you ever come in there when it was like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like when it was still Urbis and all that kind of stuff. And then there's been a bit of...
Was it great, was it?
Nah. I brought a girl here, actually.
Did you?
Try and
How did
impress
that go?
her. Not too well.
No. I mean, Manchester, to be fair, it's tried it quite a few times over the last 15 years, but it's not done it very well.
No.
And I think that it has to do it well one day. I think that obviously our ambition is that that's now. We obviously opened this January this year.
Sure.
And it's just changed dramatically since January. I ate here the first night and thought it was good, but then ate here 5-6 days ago and thought it was exceptional. The journey, so it's such a young team, young chefs.
You've got to sort of keep it rolling, keep continual improving and looking at your dishes.
It's such a young, I mean, they're so young, all the chefs here. Michael's trusted them to sort of deliver a menu, and obviously he's worked on it with them. And yeah, it takes time. It takes time, you know. Every time I came, I came January, came February, come March. I tried to come once a month.
Sure.
And the journey is always, it steps up.
So that's good.
And it steps up and it gets better. And I think ultimately that's where I think it's a really high standard. Well, you'll find out in about the next 10 minutes, and you'll be either spitting your food out or agreeing with me, won't you?
Well, you know, I'd have to be sort of quite polite, you know what I mean? If I don't like it, I'll just sort of say I like it. You know, like Philip Schofield on this morning when he has to pretend, I'm sure it'd be lovely. I mean, I like a nice good bit.
So where do you normally eat then? Am I interviewing you or interviewing me?
We can interview each other. Oh, hello.
Afternoon.
Okay, good, thanks.
So for your first course, we've got some crispy rabbit ears, which are actually a prawn cracker that we shape into rabbit ears, with a nam tuk dressing, so that's like a spicy citrus dressing. At the bottom of that, you've got a dash of emulsion and some moon dust. So the idea is just scoop it all up, just enjoy it for the cracker.
Oh,
thank you.
Excellent, lovely, thank you. I was doing a bit of research about your name and that, and then it's
which
like
name?
Not yours. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? Like
Gary Neville.
Tarot reading.
Gary Neville's a Japanese fable.
Yeah, Rabbit in the Moon, that kind of vibe. And is that what you're looking for? Like, I mean, it looks pretty space age.
I'll be honest with you, it's very much Michael's creation, and very much I come in here and eat and drink and experience it and like it a lot. And like I say, it's something that I've obviously been around the city eating 15, 20 years, and like a lot of the restaurants, good restaurants, I go and eat in them, good atmosphere. But then when you think about the city, it's got a terrible reputation for food.
Oh yeah, I mean,
in this country, and that's got to change. And I think that we want to try and give it a real go in this next few years and create something that's not just good in Manchester, but good nationally and internationally. And you've been to Michael's restaurant in Leeds; it's exceptional.
Man behind there.
Yeah, it's exceptional. And now, obviously, we're going to open the stock exchange. We've opened this. We're going to open the stock exchange in next few months, early next year, and give people hopefully a different experience. And I don't think there's anything like this. I mean, at that dish there, I don't think you'll had it.
Never
anything like that.
No, it's still got.
Did you like
still
it?
Like,
You liked it,
no, still like sort of got a little bit of a twang in me.
A kick.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, no. And I suppose it's sort of like, I mean, the Michelin star thing gets brought up quite a lot, doesn't it?
It does in the city generally, doesn't it? It has been for 20 years. We've never had one, have we?
No.
And never deserved one, really. If you're out, you go and eat in those types of restaurants in London or in other cities where they have them, and you think, well, actually, we probably haven't got anything that's that good here. Yeah. We've got good restaurants, places where I enjoy, but we haven't got something that's good enough, and that's something that needs to change quickly.
Big into your wines, aren't you? I remember last time we spoke,
I did, honestly, I drank white wine.
Yeah.
Probably from the age of 27, 28 with an Italian meal or something. I was drunk beer or cider when I was playing, but not a lot. I didn't drink a lot, but when I did drink, it was either beer or cider. And then started drinking white wine, and then about 34, just before I finished, someone gave me a glass of red wine. I'd always hated it, the smell of it. And I had a nice one with some cheese. I thought, and the world changed.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it.
That was it.
My life changed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my, I like this stuff. And now I buy a lot of it. I drink a lot of it. I drink a couple of glasses. I don't know. When I first started, here we go.
Oh,
Sorry,
hello.
I'm going to keep interrupting.
Wow.
So for your next course, you've got a kimono oyster. So it's a Japanese breed, but they're actually bred down in Essex, just off the Malden coast. So it's a mini oyster. That's got a pickled ginger dressing and some fresh wasabi on the top.
Lovely.
Well, thank you very much. And then started on red wine, and that was it.
Have you got like a cellar and all that?
I've got a wine cave.
What?
Like a glass room that's got like lots of wine in it, and I do buy them now. If I go to Spain, go to Italy, I'll buy wine from Spain, from Italy. I bought some from Singapore when I went a few weeks ago. I buy, obviously not Singaporean wine, but different wines from different places, and always take a picture of a good one that I've had that someone introduces me to. No, it's good. And I think Manchester, to be fair, the wine menus are getting a lot better, and the restaurants. Tattoo's got a good one.
Yeah.
Tattoo got.
So if I'm in
Sauvel Gato Negro got a good wine list.
If I'm in Tattoo, what would you recommend? I'm trying to impress a lady.
The Tuscan ones.
Tuscan.
Yeah, they put a lot of Tuscan ones on that are good. Yeah. But they're fantastic. And they had a tasting night with that with the vineyard about a month or so ago. I couldn't go. I was gutted. Oh. So, do you like oysters?
No. So.
No, neither do I. As a rule,
Yeah.
never ordered them. This one's all right. You'll be all right with it, don't
Right,
worry.
okay.
Just throw it all down quickly.
I'm not.
But what I found is I've never ordered any oysters anyway. I don't like them. I don't think you'll say I love it. It's the best thing that I've ever had. But you think, oh, it made me feel differently about an oyster.
Okay.
And that's what to me this restaurant. There's probably quite a few things on the menu on this restaurant. It's the same when you go to restaurants, yeah, and they can make you like a food that you'd never order. I think that's a good restaurant.
I mean, that's exactly why you do, 18 course. You got a taster. That's something.
If there were 10 of them, you probably, but one just.
Yeah. There's no way I'd go to a restaurant and be like,
no, I'd never order.
Can I have some oysters, please?
No, I'd never order oysters.
Like,
no. You didn't grow up on oyster and chips, did you?
Exactly. Yeah. And it reminds me like when you're a kid and you go to like Cornwall and that, and it just like this, just everything.
Cockles.
And
mussels.
Everything just smells of like fish.
Yeah, I must admit when I was
fudge.
younger though, I used to have cockles. The cockle man used to come into the cricket club when I used to play cricket at Greenmount when I was younger. He used to come in. I actually like cockles with vinegar in the bag.
Oh, all that really?
Yeah, I did. But I actually don't like sardines or kippers or anything that's like that. But I do like whitefish, like salmon. I don't like oysters, but what do you think of that?
That was nice.
Exactly.
And
that's
I was
why I
surprised.
think, it comes and I think, actually, it can make you like something that you don't normally like.
Definitely. No, I was quite impressed with that.
Actually, you think about how you used to eat when you were younger. You'd have breakfast, you'd have a snack at break, then you'd have your dinner. I used to walk to Tottington Road in Bury and have chips and gravy for my dinner.
Oh, yeah.
You get home, if you tea at 4:30,
Yeah.
5 o'clock.
Pretty much straight away.
But then you'd have a chippy at night. I'd have a chippy at night, Golden Moon.
After your tea?
Yeah. 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
You're hungry again, aren't you?
Oh yeah, you're big into your sports though, weren't you? Like you were
but
running about and all that.
I think what I used to eat, and I think, you can't eat. Everyone's walking around now, posting pictures of gym gear and telling you can't eat this. I think, how did they ever become a football player? How did they ever? why am I not 25 stone?
Exactly.
All the chips I used to eat and stuff, and now I don't go to the chippy a lot.
I've not been chippy in ages.
No, feel dirty, don't you, when you eat one?
Yeah, I sort of like think right.
Now you're an oyster man, aren't you?
Big, oysters and sort of
prawn crackers and moon dishes.
That's what it is. I mean, like you just feel like for the next 2 days I'm not going to eat anything. Now I've just had a chippy, but it's great, isn't it?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Like a bag of chips.
There's nothing better.
Big bit of fish.
Pudding, chips, peas and gravy.
Oh yeah.
Holland steak pudding, chips, peas and gravy. That was just like.
It is the best, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you ever had rag pudding?
No.
From speciality.
Where are you from?
Oldham. Oldham speciality.
It sounded really Oldhamish, that.
It is,
Rochdale Oldham.
Yeah, it's
I always think past Bury is just a bit weird. Scold's country, that.
Talking of Scold's, right? I was in Greenfield on Sunday, right? This might sound like I've made it up.
In a Greenfield?
I was in
a place
the
called
Greenfield, yeah, Greenfield. Like I'd been to some
that
place.
a pub?
No, it's like a little town.
All right.
It's like near Upper Mill and all that in Oldham. I've been for a meal there. And I was coming back, and it had been spitting, it had been raining a bit all day, like it is now.
Yeah.
But it was sunny for about 5 minutes. I was walking down the street towards the train station, and I'm sure I saw Scalzi in a golf cart.
Yeah, probably.
Ride with his lad.
Was it sunny as well?
It's sunny for like 5 minutes.
Sun cream on.
Like, he had his hood up, and he was on a golf cart just on the road. Is he do that?
Well, was some of the holes across the road or something?
There is Saddleworth golf
He plays
course.
golf
like
a lot
that.
now. I think his handicap's gone from like 18 down to 7 or 8, someone told me.
Bloody hell.
I used to play a lot. And he didn't play that much when he was younger, but then he got into it. Apparently he's really good now.
Well, that must be. He must. I'm like 99% sure it was him.
Yeah,
like just driving, like dodging some roadworks. And
there aren't 2 Paul Scholes, are there? You won't mistake it. Plus in Oldham, put 2 and 2 together, I can't with that.
Is he still go watch Latics?
No, he watches United and he watches Salford City.
Salford.
I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm gonna get you a little glass of red wine here now.
Yeah.
We'll have a little glass.
One of your recommendations.
They serve a cool red wine. As in cool as in temperature, not cool as in
hey,
it's great.
I've got sunglasses on. So right, okay. So it's served cool.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
How are we doing so far? After a good start?
Very good.
lovely, yeah.
Wow, here we go. So you don't like fish, so we're really going to hit him now.
No, here we go.
Let's
Here we
really
go.
hit him. You've had hot dogs before, haven't you?
Yeah, I have had hot dog. Yeah, used to.
So it's a familiar dish, but with unfamiliar ingredients.
Okay,
So I'll start
yeah.
off in the middle. So what you've got here is an octopus hot dog. So it's octopus in a char siu sauce, squid ink bun. On top of there, a little French mustard mayonnaise and a charcoal emulsion. The bowls in front of you, you've got our salmon skin inari. So what you've got in the middle, wrapped around the crispy salmon skin, is some sushi rice, with some tuna and trout roe, and a soy vinaigrette.
Lovely.
On the side, a little spoon at the end is fatty tuna belly called toro, with a tuna mayonnaise emulsion and some crispy cheese to be enjoyed directly off that spoon.
Excellent.
Thank you. Right,
Lovely. Right, so we try this.
It's a dunking job.
And vibes, yeah.
Yeah, oh, it's hands. Definitely, it's all hands done.
I was worried about using the old chopsticks.
Yeah, no.
So just. What do you think of octopus? Again, I'm nervous about this one because.
Oh no, I would never order octopus, but this, you'll like it.
That tastes like something I've never. A bit like sweetness to it with the bun.
But it's like a barbecue. What sauce do you see on the octopus? Barbecued octopus, I think.
Quite like that as well.
It's a winner.
Yeah, I don't know whether this should be going out because now every time I go out for some food, the bird's going to be like, oh yeah, try this fish, try this.
Can't call it a bird, surely.
Oh.
It's 2017, this. I mean, 2017's called. Is it my bird?
She's proud. She's happy being Ben Brown's
I get
bird.
sacked for that if I said that on Sky.
Really?
I
Did
wouldn't
they have,
say
did they have
it,
a
to be
list of words?
No, I just want to be fair. It's very old of me, that, isn't it?
That is, yeah, I suppose. I mean, she's all right with it. I think I've never really listened to. Bit rude, yeah. Let me try.
Do you like it?
Really nice. Like,
Char
is
sweet.
there a danger of octopus being
What?
rubbery? But that's not at all. It's like really.
Again, it's one of those things I would never order, but then when there's an octopus hot dog,
Really
good,
nice.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Good.
Really nice.
You're going to bring your girlfriend back, your partner back here, aren't you?
Yes. Yes. I probably will have to apologise.
Yeah, you will, absolutely. Thank you.
For saying that.
Very good.
Really nice, yeah. Thank you very much.
Really good.
Do you like the hot dog?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's not a big octopus guy, but now I am.
Try red wine now. You're going to take the old. It's going to change.
Thank you.
Going to change the rest of your life. Apparently, it's good for your heart as well. Apparently,
Right, let's give it a go.
a bit cooler, a bit lighter. You're alright with that, aren't you?
Yeah, no, it goes down well. It is. It's like I just drank a cloud, like quite airy.
Airy or airy?
Airy. Here we go.
I used to say airy when I was in from Bury, but I went on the Sky.
Is that- did they-
I
it's
used to
not
say curry and airy,
They have like elocution sort of people to help you
airy,
out.
and now it's curry.
But I mean, in terms of, Rabbit in the Moon, you're open, you're here. I wanted to ask you about, Mahiki. That's coming up, isn't it?
Yeah, we're opening 30th of September.
But yeah, that's like in like 2 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
It's going to be. I'm looking forward to it. I always look forward to opening things. We opened the hotel 2-3 years ago. Then we opened. Obviously, we were downstairs. Now we cafe football here. We opened London. We're opened here, and then I look forward to Mahiki because Mahiki is completely different than anything we've opened. This is completely different than anything we've ever opened.
Yeah.
What Mahiki is, stock exchanges, they're all different and they're all exciting. Mahiki's fun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
It's
I mean,
fun.
have you been down to one in London? Yeah.
Have you been in?
No, but my girlfriend has.
What did she say?
She loved it. Yeah,
Yeah.
she thought it was excellent. She, I mean, it is that sort of vibe, innit? It's like
It's
sort of enjoy. You know, you get your tea, you get your cocktails.
Yeah,
and there's
every
people
song
everyone's having a laugh.
every song it's cocktails and drinks and people dancing, and not tend to be a place where I'd go. I'll be honest with you, but when I went there in London a couple of times,
Sure.
it takes you to a place that you don't normally. You know, there's no what's the word? Where do you go now to dance?
I don't know.
Not that
I don't know.
got anywhere to dance.
But
you got to
I'm
Mahiki to
past it
dance.
as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sorry, I didn't mean to say you're past it. But in terms of
I was never here.
terms of going out and dancing and disco vibes, like I never really sort of. There is one night I go to every couple of months, which is
Called?
Ultimate Power. It's like power ballads.
Wow.
Like
Bonnie Tyler?
all that stuff. Yeah, it's dead good. That's pretty much the extent of my dancing now. Like I'm starting to lose the robot.
Right.
So I'm forgetting how to do it. So maybe Mahiki, I can go down and.
Definitely.
It's at 1 Central Street, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. It holds a lot of good memories
Does it?
for me, that place. It used to be called 1 Central, and it was like the place to go when we were at university.
Yeah.
Like Thursday nights romp.
What was it?
It was like it's a good space.
Should we reinvent that night at Mahiki? Romp on a Thursday
Romp
night.
on a Thursday, it would be heaving. There'd be loads of 31, 32-year-olds cruising on down. It's dead good.
Right.
And it's a shame that it's sort of been empty for. I mean, there have been a few things since it stopped being 1 Central Street in the last few years, but
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's being something again and being used because it's a great space, and it's a shame that it's been empty for.
It's a
for
good
quite so
venue,
long.
and it's got a 5 o'clock license,
Oh, that's brilliant.
so drink till late.
Yeah.
There's not many places to go after 12:30, 1 o'clock at night, are there?
So next up we've got
There
our
we go.
barbecued Chinese bacon butty,
Oh.
crispy shiitake. On the side of there, it's a kimchi ketchup.
My favourite dish is.
Makes me feel like a bit of a giant, but really nice.
Good.
Yeah, I could eat like about 10 of these, I reckon.
You think about it, you've only had 5 dishes so far. 6 dishes maybe.
Yeah. How long would it usually last? Like you're doing your 18
An hour and a half, 2 hours.
courses. It's pretty good. The stock exchange, that is somewhere that I went when that was called Stock, yeah, and I had a really nice meal there, I remember. And it inside was well nice.
Amazing, yeah.
Really nice. And when's that? When you're getting? When's that open?
That'll be next year, spring next year, I would think. It's going to have 2 restaurants in it.
Is it? I'm just trying to remember now. Our Friends Electric.
Yes.
And The Man Who Fell to Earth.
The Man Who Fell to Earth.
What is it about these names? What's going on?
Michael.
Michael. Was his,
Yeah, The Man Who Fell to Earth is run by Michael himself.
Okay.
It's in the Dome, which you've been, the Stocks. I can't wait for that to open. Then Our Friends Electric's countertop dining, faster, more fast-moving, sharing, I think. Not quite told me yet. And then there's 40 bedrooms. And then there's the brilliant thing about the thing I'm looking forward to most is there's a function room in the basement. And he's going to do, basically, we've got these amazing tables that I bought in Bali.
Yeah?
They're like huge. And then we're going to do Michael's going to do a menu from Rabbit in the Moon, a menu from Man Behind the Curtain in Leeds, a menu from Our Friends Electric, a menu from Man Who Fell to Earth. And you can choose almost like a private hire
Brilliant.
event thing, which I think will be unique.
Excellent. Yeah.
Where he'll be able to choose sort of like, if Man Behind the Curtain Leeds got a Michelin star, he'll do an interpretation of that for an event for 40 people or 35 people or something like that. So I'm really looking forward to that because
That's a good
I'm
idea.
looking forward to seeing my tables actually.
Yeah. What are these tables? What are they like?
I went to Bali last year and I went to this. Have you ever been to Bali? They have these. They're amazing wood carving, stone carving, and these tables, and they're about 5.5 meters long, 2 meters wide. I've never seen
Bloody hell.
a piece of wood like it in my life, about that thick. I thought, oh, I'm having them two things, and I'm.
Hand carved.
They're just huge tables, and I thought I'm having them for Stocks. I just bought them as a gift for Stocks. So I thought, right, and when Michael saw them, he said, right, we'll put them in the basement. I never thought they'd go in the basement. I thought they'd go in one like the private dining rooms, but they're going in the basement in there, and they'll be sort of like I think they'll be quite unique.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, good. It's always good for having a bit of the old function vibes, and Christmas parties.
Yeah, Christmas party, but it'd be different.
That's brilliant.
Because you can imagine like this menu for 40 of you, sort of an interpretation of it.
That,
yeah, with wine and drink and beer and.
So I'm not really sure where to talk. We'll start over here in the middle.
Okay.
Next to the middle here. So you've got crispy calves brains wrapped in chicken skin in a hot sauce with some gold leaf.
Lovely.
Over here, you've got our Wagyu, so Wagyu beef, Japanese breed of beef that's sort of massaged and really well looked after when it's alive, so it's got this lovely fat marble running through it. Top of there, some golden enoki mushrooms, and on the base, you've got a crispy truffled cheese kuzu. So the idea with that is to pick it up and put it meat side down on your tongue first, which is a traditional way to eat sushi, which is what that's based on.
Okay.
And then you've got our nest soup, so you've got a hot and sour sauce, poached quail egg, and some crispy shallots and potatoes.
So spring opening for stock.
Yes.
Excellent stuff. Yeah, I mean, you sort of, I know you got your Sky Sports stuff. You get a lot of flack on Sky Sports, don't you?
A lot of flack in life.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at your Twitter. You get a lot of flack.
Yeah, don't worry about that. It's good though.
I saw you getting involved. I mean, it's good.
That's good, yeah.
Like, I mean, social media. Like,
I've been the last few days.
Yeah, I saw that.
The City fans are going for me.
Are they?
I've been called anti-City by City fans.
In Manchester.
Not yeah.
Yeah.
Anti-Manchester City. But apparently, I'm a Liverpool fan because I said that a Liverpool player shouldn't have been sent off.
You can never win, can you? Really?
No, and if it had been the other way around, I'd have been anti-Liverpool and pro-City.
Yeah.
And the reality of it is, I wouldn't bother if neither of them won a game of football again, you know what I mean? So, the reality is, it's just strange. You go into the game, I don't care if Mane gets sent off, if he doesn't get sent off, I don't care if Liverpool win or City win, I genuinely don't. I want to see a good game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've been getting a bit of stick this last few days.
Yeah.
Been revelling in it a little bit though, I like it.
Yeah, you like a bit
But
of
then sometimes you sit there and say, oh, you're very, what's the word, impartial. If you play well, I will say, City are a brilliant team to watch. You can say one negative thing and 50 good things, and they'll only remember the one good thing, the one negative.
One negative thing, yeah. No,
that's football. Yeah. Social media is crazy for that.
I think that's a similar same thing with most social media. I mean, even restaurants and hotels, you can have. I mean, I think people specifically go out the way, especially on TripAdvisor or on Twitter and stuff. They will go out the way to say negative things.
They will. Only the ones that want to complain will come on.
Exactly.
And you think about. We don't give a lot of praise out as a nation. We shouldn't do really. No. You don't get very rare if people come on and say, "Oh, I really enjoyed it today. What your commentary? I thought you were good." But certainly they'll come on and tell you when they think something's wrong.
I think you're right. That is a very British thing, isn't it?
That game on Saturday is always a difficult one to do. City Liverpool, because you're always going to upset one of them.
Yeah.
And City won 5-0.
Absolutely.
And to be fair, I think De Bruyne was absolutely sensational. I remember saying that throughout the whole game and just seemed to have been forgotten. If I was that biased, I wouldn't be calling one of the players sensational or world class. So it's been an interesting few days. I've enjoyed it.
Good stuff. And like you with Carragher, is that just a bit of banter or what? Or like, do you get on?
Yeah, ultimately there's a rivalry that's there historically that will always be there. But I think that we're both truthful, both stick to our guns, both believe in what we say, both won't hold back, no matter who's in the studio.
And that's what you want, isn't it?
And then afterwards we'll get on with it and go home and then come back and do another show. And it is what it is. And sometimes you think you can see that he's passionate about a subject and you let him go, and sometimes he'll think I am, and it works. Yeah. Particularly on Monday Night Football, it works. I don't do every single Monday Night Football anymore, but I enjoyed working with him, like I've done with all the other ones at Sky. To be fair, they're good.
Which is what you want, isn't it? You don't want everyone just sat there agreeing with each other. You want that dynamic.
There's too much of that.
Yeah.
Sit there watching sometimes, thinking, "Come on, I can tell that you sort of organise what you're going to say before you get on here."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There is a bit of that always, but find something that's sort of different. Don't force it, obviously, but I don't see a great deal of what we'd call authentic challenge in studios. It tends to be a bit of old sort of, old pals type stuff.
Yeah, and I suppose that's you can say the same thing about kitchen, for example, or do you know what I mean? If you've got to, I think even in our office, Finest, just when we're writing things or doing videos or doing things like that, we're not the same.
Do you ever say to one of your fellow colleagues that's doing a piece that isn't very good?
Yeah, I feel we have to do that.
Okay.
Because.
Do you think this is good?
I'd like to think so, yeah.
Self-analyse this interview so far.
This interview so far, I'm terrible, right? I'm basically the only
I'd
guy.
agree with that, I was
You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I think it's going all right. I'm enjoying the food and that. I'm enjoying.
Will you get a lot of hits?
Yeah, we should do. Yeah, the last one we had, we did it with we did it with Adam Richman. You know, the Man versus Food guy. You never watched that? It's like it's an American TV show,
Okay.
and he goes to like all these different diners and stuff, and like eats massive like a pizza the size of this thing, and like he does challenges.
Be no good near them, would it?
But he does love his food. He's like he's into like he does like that kind of stuff. But he loves his like pig out food. And we did a little chat with him outside. Crazy
Was it good?
Pedro's. Yeah, I did really well. Yeah,
You
he's a
did-
nice
you
guy.
did or he did?
I did it. Well, I was talking to him outside Pedro's. It was like a big breakfast outdoor broadcast. It was supposed to be just me and him talking, and then loads of people turned up.
joined in.
And I started getting dead nervous. I was like, but he was all right. He was a good lad. He sort of. You know, you just got to sort of go with it, haven't you? And just have a chat about.
So you do
whatever.
tell each other when it's not right.
Oh yeah, all the time. I think that it works better for everybody. Really.
Yeah.
If you're just saying that's brilliant and you don't think it, or you
There
know,
is a lot of that, though, isn't
stroking egos and things. Just if someone's doing something that you don't agree with, or you got to do that. You got to, I think. And you know, looking at sort of research and on Twitter and what people say. Oh my word.
There we go.
Yeah. So, your next course, you've got there is a roasted duck breast with an orange sauce and some crispy duck leg with a foie gras.
You're going to force me to use a chopstick.
Lovely,
there,
thank
now,
you.
Just use it on your fingers.
Oh, fingers, I'm going fingers,
on
mate.
camera.
I'm going
Enjoy.
fingers, thank
Do
you.
it.
I reckon you've got to go with some, I'm terrible with these, by the way. You can use them.
I can use really well the small wooden ones, but like these I'm not that good. I don't think. Well, let's try it.
Oh. Jeez. Oh, I'm all over the place.
Oh, is there something inside it?
Yeah? Duck.
Oh yeah. That's really nice. Now, I was saying that I think it is good that because from like research and that, just looking about what people share, you get a lot of flack, but people respect as probably the best pundit on TV. You know what I mean? That's what I've been seeing brandished around.
Yeah.
And that's always got to be a good thing to wear, isn't it?
You go through phases, don't you, where people sort of like, you're in favour, then you're out of favour. It's just life. You know, I think when you're just retired and you know a lot of the players, you know, you're still passionate, really passionate about the game. I think as you sort of get older, you know, you have to evolve and change. And I'm 5-6 years out of the game now. I can feel myself changing and seeing the game differently than I did before. And you've somehow got to try and remain, I don't know, in touch with it.
Have you found the game has changed a lot since you finished?
Yeah. Yeah. Game's changed a lot.
Yeah.
Physically, the players are incredible. They run faster, further. They're like the proper. I mean, I'd like to think that, to be fair, when we played, we were athletes. You know, we could run, you know, long distances and repeated sprints. But now I look at the sort of the levels of energy, the speed. It's fantastic. Then disappointed the last few years in the quality of our teams. I enjoy watching the games. I see it differently. I enjoy going and watching Salford. I love going and watching Salford. But on Sunday I'm watching United play Everton, and I love it. But I actually, even last week, two teams that I'd never want to win a game of football. I was looking forward to that game all week. City and Liverpool. I was looking forward to it all week. I thought it'd be a brilliant game to watch. City are fantastic, particularly going forward. Yeah. Brilliant football. Liverpool are electric. The speed of the play, the runs of the forwards. I thought it's going to be a brilliant game, this. And it was a really good game. Then the sending off happened and it became a bit of a non-event.
Yeah.
But no, I love it. I love watching the football. I love watching the big games.
See, the thing is, like when you're talking about like player fitness and stuff, I was looking at his Premier League sticker book from '94. I think it's 94. Was it '94? 94. And like looking at no, like, we had a look. You weren't in there. But like some of the players there, they look like they just come straight from pub. Like look like dads. Do you know what I mean?
So you look at the definition of the legs of players in old photos, and you can see the fit lads, but the smooth. You look at like the lads now when they sort of go into a challenge. You see like the muscles are like
it's like a brain, isn't
ripped.
it? Yeah.
And they take the tops off, and they're like middleweight boxers.
Yeah.
They're like just unbelievable, like
Such a
100-metre
difference.
sprinters. They just completely changed. The last 10 years, it's completely changed. I mean, I was saying the other day, I'd never heard of core and glutes.
All that stuff,
up until the age of 26, 27. Core and glutes? Do you mean sit-ups? Do you mean your arse? Glutes? No, it's like, oh, let's do our glutes, let's do our core. I'm like, no, let's just do some sit-ups.
Scientific,
yeah.
Like really sort of.
And then warm-up, pre-activation, stretching, just all completely changed. Measurement and analysis of players, scientific analysis of players' movements, body, all that sort of stuff. Hydration tests, the whole thing changed probably about 3 or 4 years before I retired. Right. And was like, this is getting quite serious. It's now that, it used to be before there was collective fitness with the team. Yeah. They're now making it very much individual. Obviously, you still have to work as a team technically and tactically and stuff during the day, but then there's a lot more individual-based fitness going on now outside of the tactical training session or the physical training session. There's so much more that's individual. Obviously, that's why players get fitter, faster, stronger, eating better, nutritional advice better. So any player who sits there and says that 10 years ago it was quicker, it's not. The reality is it's not. The players can run quicker now, run further. Yeah. Games were fast back then. Don't get me wrong. I look back at the old games and they are fast, but you'd be naive to think that you can compete physically with some of these lads. And ultimately, why I remember finishing was that I just thought, I was training with these lads every day and thought, I'm getting older, these are getting quicker and fitter, and I'm like, this is a struggle. Yeah. And when you see it's a struggle, you think you've got to get out of there. It was a struggle. I saw average players that 5 years before I would have had in my pocket as wingers, taking me on, beating me, running past me, and thinking, I need to retire. Get out of here now.
Yeah. Don't want to embarrass yourself.
Well, I had a few where I did, don't worry. Yeah. Don't worry. I had a few where I did. That was why I retired. Yeah. But no, it happened to a few.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, it sort of reminds me of, I mean, you might tell I'm talking shite, but like NFL and that kind of thing, where it's a lot of stats, a lot of speed and science and everything going down at your coaches with your clipboards, and it's all sort of very scientific and everything's measured and all that kind of stuff.
That's where it's going. There are a lot of variables in football which make it more difficult to measure, but there are measuring more and more. Yeah. Particularly physical stats, pass completions, all the rest of it, in terms of goals, assists. They've always been measured goals, but, assists, I don't think have been measured. I don't know when assists started being measured, I don't know when the Opta stats started, but it certainly wasn't at the beginning of my career. Assists were never mentioned in terms of stats, so that all the different stats now that we have at Monday Night Football, and it's just evidence that supports things, but in the clubs now, they'll be measuring players' heart rates. Oh, there was this machine, I'm trying to think what it was. It's almost like, when you sort of see the stickers, the round stickers being put on your body?
Oh yeah, like Ivan Drago in Rocky IV.
Yeah, that was being put on us every day at United, measuring.
Were you scared to have like a Scotch egg or something?
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't for fat. It wasn't for body fat measurement. It was around your immune system and getting basically patterns around your immune system to see when you might not be at your best, when you might get injured, when you might be ill. Things like that. And the stuff they were measuring was getting so really scientific, becoming more onerous for an old player who, to be fair, thought, well, what's the benefit of this? It can't change me now. Yeah. But for younger players, you could see where they want to build up these sort of like, it feels like a passport, almost like a physical passport, really. You think about this evidence they're building, and sort of everything's been stamped every day, and it's recorded, and it's just where you are. And that's what it feels like, that's happening in football. And it's improving players' fitness, but it's a lot more onus on them. But that's just life. I mean, it's not just onus as in, having 4 or 5 checks a day. We used to have hydration tests every morning and have them posted up. And you were either green, amber, or red. And if you're in the red, you used to.
What happened?
You had to drink more and quickly.
Oh, right, okay. So you didn't get like 4 foot.
I actually saw it as, to be fair, being in the red and not hydrated, to me, was unprofessional.
Does that like sort of increase the chance of like cramp and or
physically, if you're not hydrated, it reduces your physical performance. Sure. So to me, it's almost like, I don't know, only having 1 boot on. Yeah. Not as bad as that, but it's unprofessional being dehydrated. It's ridiculous.
I find it hard though drinking water.
I know, but I hate water. Yeah. It's overrated. But the reality of it is, it keeps you alive, so I suppose it's not overrated. But as a drink, it's overrated. It's like water, isn't it?
Struggling.
Yeah. I always think, to be fair, I used to measure that. When people say to me, when water tastes good, the only time water has ever tasted good in my life is when in pre-season and you just need a drink, you'll drink anything.
Oh,
and if water tastes good, it means you're really knackered, you've done a good run. It's almost like what's the sign of a good run? Water tastes good and you can't talk. I always think that's a good run. It's a good physical session. That you can't talk. And water's, you
when you come out of gym or after a run, a full pint, even straight out the toilet, like any sort of liquid, and you're like yes, and you're like.
So I used to carry a bottle of water home with us. I used to take 2 bottles home from training, drink one on the way home. Yeah. Drink obviously all night at home, and the second bottle was for on your way in the morning back to training. Yeah. So it always had that water coming in. You're hydrated all the way. So basically, you're talking about 1 or 2 players out of 25 that would ever be in red. Right. The rest would be green, all green, because you just got into a mentality of we have to be hydrated.
Water.
You have to have. I think it's water, because some lads probably put a bit of juice in it or whatever. Some lads had Lucasade, whatever it was, but generally you had to be hydrated. You had to be below a certain score to basically, and I think it is unprofessional to not be hydrated.
Sure, no, I agree.
That's why we're drinking red wine, isn't it?
Yeah. So for your dessert this afternoon, some pineapple, which we've roasted in a passion fruit and black pepper syrup. Next to that, a passion fruit gyoza. Then the bowls in front of you is a black pepper creme fraiche. So the idea is just take a piece of pineapple, dip it into the creme fraiche, enjoy it like that.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
So I wanted to ask you, actually, this might have been what somebody said, no, it's what I thought. Out of the class of 92, right, who's the hardest?
Nicky Butt.
I thought it would be Nicky Butt.
Yeah.
I thought it because he looks handy.
He's got good technique.
What, with his sort of, with his wrestling?
No, I wouldn't know really, to be fair. I don't know if I've ever had a fight, but I would think it'd be Nicky.
Yeah, it seems
certainly
like
wouldn't be. Yeah, certainly won't be me.
That's always...
Not a fighter, I'm an eater. No. It's like an education.
Yeah.
I think eating food, when you go to different restaurants, because you stick to what you know, don't you?
Because you're frightened of sort of spending money on something that you don't like.
Yeah, it's true. And even places, you're frightened to... I always think when people say, let's try somewhere new, and I think, why? Why would I risk it? Yeah. A night out's good, a meal's good. Why would I risk it by going somewhere?
It's like a treat, innit? So you don't want to.
I always have to have 3-4 recommendations, mate.
Where do you usually go?
In Manchester now, I'll go to Tattoo, I'll get on Negro. I love sitting on the terrace on Restaurant Bar Grill. I like going to Fumo.
Lovely. Yeah.
I'm trying to think where else I go. Wings. I do go Wings. I love the duck pancakes.
Yes.
I love them from there. Do you not go in?
I've not been to Wings, but Chinese food. I mean, you can't go wrong, can you? When it's done well.
I miss Shimla Pinks.
Oh yeah, bloody hell.
I used to love Shimla Pinks. Oh, it went, innit?
Yeah.
One final course here for you.
Oh, where we go?
So this is an edible plum stone. So the idea is to pick up the frozen plum. Okay. Just do it almost like a shot, so you eat the stone rather than the plum that it's surrounding.
This is an experience. This.
Oh, right, you're getting me nervous again.
No, don't get nervous. I love this. It's amazing.
So just throw
it in. Don't eat the plum though.
Okay. I was not expecting it to do that at all.
I don't think anyone expects that. I never expected that.
Explosion, sort of.
Okay. Good stuff. So what's your assessment of the restaurant
then? I enjoyed it. I mean, how many courses do we have there? I lost count.
We started with the prawn crackers, the oyster, the tuna, the salmon, the octopus, the bird's nest soup, the wagyu,
butty,
the bacon butty.
Pretty much got it all there, haven't we?
The dessert, the plum stone. There's 3 or 4 missing.
That's not there.
Yeah.
But it's something. It's an experience, isn't it?
How many did we have? 15.
14.
3 missing.
Yeah.
That's mental.
It's good, isn't
it? Yeah. No, that is something. It's an experience, and as opposed. I mean, as you said, as we were just saying, like, if you're going on out, you're going to spend a lot of money. Taking your girlfriend out, or taking your family out, or something like that. You're going to spend a lot of money, and I think typically people are scared of going somewhere new and trying something new because. You can find out, you're £100 down and you've not enjoyed it, or you've not liked it, or it's not what you used to. But that, even if, say, for example, one of them, I thought, that's not the best, like there's so much, and it's such a range of dishes and experiences and flavours and things. Like you're going to find things that you like in there, and then that, as you said, it's an education, isn't it? I was very impressed with that. It was nice. That. You impressed with that? I mean, I'm
honest with it. I think that when it first opened, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I think now I think that's a really high level. I really think it's a high level. I'm not the measure. I'm not the measure of restaurants, but I think from what I eat around here or when I go into London or abroad and I eat foods, I think that's a high level of food in terms of to be able to pull that together and serve it as one, and with those flavours and tastes, and it fits together. It seems to work all the way through. It takes on a journey. I really like it, and you would never have seen me eating this 5-10 years ago. No.
But I mean, also like it's. Now I feel I'm full, but I'm not. Like sometimes after a meal, I'm like I need to just go to bed. Do you know what I mean? Just lie down. Yeah. But now, like I feel a bit sprightly. I'm full, satisfied, but it's not no like storage. There's no like sort of.
No. I think when you come out of here and you sort of had them 3 more dishes, the 17, you feel like it's taken you to a point. I mean, they are clever, you know. They measure the food. They measure the sort of weight of the food that they give you over the meal to get to a point whereby they know you're going to get there and be full at the end. So in terms of how much carbohydrates, protein, other stuff that they've had during the meal, they'll measure that so that ultimately you get into that point at the end where and sometimes they have brought it back and forward over the last 6 to 8 months since they've opened in terms of maybe a bit more, take a bit off. So the Chinese bacon butty was started bigger, came smaller, and then probably ended up in the middle.
Right, okay.
So it's like, just to get that measure of where everyone is.
Yeah, because I mean, it would sort of ruin the balance of the whole thing, wouldn't it, if something was too big or too much of one
too much of one, so it just takes you through. It's good like that, and they've worked it out, and it's...
I suppose that's the thing about, a place like this and a menu like this is it's got to be continually adapted and changed with... everything really, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, you
just can't just stick to your laurels, can you?
It's like, you do an interview today, you might do one in a year's time, it'll be better than today's, hopefully, because you hopefully always want to improve.
I would hope it would be, definitely.
I didn't use that comparison for any particular reason.
I know what you mean. Yeah, you've got to keep. I mean, I suppose it's the same with football and all that kind of stuff. And you with your punditry, you start off and no one can say.
Once you get to there, and then you plateau, and then you sort of start, you're done.
Exactly.
You're finished. So I think that's when you need to know to stop.
I suppose it's the same with your developments elsewhere and your things like that. You're always going to try and challenge yourself and try new things for Manchester for yourself and all that kind of stuff. Because otherwise, I do find people sort of rest on the laurels. You might go somewhere where it first opens and, amazing. Yeah. But then a few months down the line, they've had loads of positive press and all that kind of stuff. And it's
sorry, mate, you just come away, lads, please. Sorry. Stand in the back of the ear. And Max and Paddy, that wasn't it? Okay, go on, let's wrap it up. How are you wrapping it up?
I'm going to say, I don't know, how should I do it?
I've enjoyed that today. Thank you very much, Gary.
I don't want to lie, do I? You know what I mean? I'm not sort of...
Gary, thanks very much for joining us on Manchester's Finest.
Excellent.
Thanks, mate.
You can keep that as a...
Gary, thank you very much for joining us on Manchester's Finest.
Right, that's pretty much it. Gary, thanks for sitting down and chatting to us. And it's been an education, both food, wine, and everything else, really. It's been good.
Cheers.
Thanks for enjoying yourself.
Thank you.
Cheers,
and you.
pal.
Thank you. Thanks.
Right.